Hey, what's happening, you collie beasts? I thought it would be fun to come on today and guide you through a little double stick follow along session. So grab your double sticks. We're going to be working 5 different drills today. Each drill will be working for 1 minute, and we'll take about a 10-second break between each drill. And let's get a couple rounds in together. Excuse me here while I adjust the camera. Got to get the settings just right, get the frame just right. Gotta love making videos, doing all this camera work, the producer, the director, everything at the same time. All right, there we go. I think I got it now. I think I got the frame that I was looking for. So today's training is just gonna be about 15 minutes or so. And we'll start off with just a little bit of a warm-up. We'll get our wrists warmed up first with some forward wrist rotations. Just grabbing the stick about 1 fist length up. Keep a full grip on the stick. Not quite a death grip. We're not trying to like grip it as hard as we can, but we do want to make sure we have the full surface of the hand grasping the stick there. I'm just switching my grips there, switching my sticks to the different hands, get a little different feel of the rattan. And then we're going to go into our forward and back rotation right here. Notice that I'm stopping the tip of the stick on line with my eyes before I rotate it backwards. I'm not letting it swing all the way down to the shin, because we want to make sure that these movements can all transfer to the blade as well, and you don't want that blade edge going right to your shin. Plus, these are actually close quarter strikes later on, so it's a good idea to make sure we're training the manipulation correctly. Do some arm rotation, some arm circles here going forward. I love these. These always feel good and just kind of loosen up the shoulders and the chest and all that. And then we'll just work a few going backwards here. Just a quick warm up, and then we're going to get right into the flow. All right, our first drill is Cobb, and we'll be working the Cobb 6 count. So it is 2 strikes high, 2 strikes to the middle, and then 2 strikes low. All right, so for this first round, we're just gonna take it nice and easy and just focus on coordination here. Just rebuild coordination. If you're revisiting these drills or if these drills are brand new to you, then round 1 is a great just kind of kick off going nice and slow here. Now the whole goal with Cobb is we want to really focus on keeping the elbows as close to the ribs as possible and the hands kind of winged out to the sides, because this drill is focusing on the mechanic of the torso rotation. So we really want to be focusing on the hip and shoulder rotation here, not so much swinging like we would be swinging to hit someone with like, an angle 1 diagonal or something like that. This drill really focuses on the twisting mechanic in the spine, hips, and shoulders right here. All right, next up is going to be our broken 6. That's a broken angle 1, followed up by a fluid angle 4, and then a fluid angle 1. So we're starting in that chamber position here. And just going, again, nice and slow, nice and easy. Do a couple here so that way you can see it from this angle. And then we'll flip it. And I get a few repetitions following along. I know a lot of you guys like this view right here. It's like we're training together in a private one-on-one session, like you were right here with me. So, one thing to note about these drills, because I get asked this a lot about like the fighting applications, is that there are a lot of fighting applications to these drills, especially this one right here. I mean, you definitely want the broken 6 count in your arsenal if you're looking to up your functional fighting games in the double sticks here, because this one has a ton of applications. It's a very, very good one of my favorites, and it's super simple. All right, so our next drill is the classic Heaven 6. Now you're gonna notice that I do Heaven 6 a little bit different than a lot of other FMA people out there. I kind of do more of a V strike on that first and fourth beat. So that angle 1, I don't really strike it fluid because then you can't get that second and that fifth beat out high enough to protect your head, or even to really protect your hand, or really to have much of a strike. So the V strike really allows you to get that kind of second hand, that underhand up higher, so that way you have more leverage on the strike. So again, just going nice and slow, working that coordination. Sometimes I like to spin around in a circle here, that way I'm just able to show you a bunch of different angles. And we're working that V strike on top, kind of another V strike from that first angle 2, playing with the camera there. And then that broken angle 2 at the end there of the Heaven 6. All right, now we're gonna go into the double weave, which is just like the Heaven 6. The only difference is the last strike per side is a reverse angle 1, not a broken angle 2. And that allows us to chain these movements from side to side a lot more fluidly together, working on the off of the reverse angle 1. I'm gonna kind of do some big strokes here, big strikes. That way you can follow along, just kind of get the hands moving together here. This round, it's not really about putting intention into the strikes, like no combat intention. It's just getting the hands to work together. So that's why I've got my hands low like this. I'm just working on keeping the hands working together in this particular striking pattern. And when we want to put intention into strike, then we'll raise the strikes up, get them in front of the face, and start putting a lot more intent behind everything, and speed and power and all that. But right now, just working coordination, just keeping the hands moving together. All right, and our last striking pattern for today is the hirada, or the double hirada. And basically what this is, it's a right hand angle 3, left hand angle 3, right hand angle 4, left hand angle 4. And the left hand is just trilling right behind the timing of the right hand. Again, this is with no combat intention. That's why the hands are in a low position here. It's just working the coordination to get the strikes moving together, get the hands operating together. And the cool thing about these double stick striking patterns here is that there's a lot of empty hand application in these patterns, in these movements right here as well. So a lot of times when you're training the sticks, you're actually training your empty hand skills at the same time. It's just a matter of getting the lessons or being able to see that transference of skill. Hey, if you like these types of follow along videos, let me know down in the comments and hit the thumbs up, hit the hype this video up. That way more people can find them and train along with us. All right, let's get ready for round number 2, where we're gonna pick up the intensity just a little bit. All right, just gotta reset my gym boss here real quick. Trying to keep these videos on a little time frame here for you guys so they're not crazy wicked too long. All right, let's go. All right, kicking off right back to Cobb. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just pick it up a little bit more. I want you to put more intention into the stance right there. So lower your hips a little bit, bend your knees a little bit more, and we're gonna pick up the speed, pick up a little bit more power, and really emphasize on that rotation in the spine, in the hips, in the shoulders, in the torso to generate more power. You got to be a little bit more self-disciplined on this one. Make sure that you're not starting to let your kind of shoulders drift around and start swinging your sticks like a regular normal swing. Because again, the intention of this is to generate that power in the rotation of the spine. So keep those elbows glued to the ribs, keep those hands back in line with the shoulders like they're wings. All right, back into the broken 6 count right here. Again, we're going to put more intention into the strikes, making sure that we're striking in front of the face. And I want you to be focusing on as if there's a target right there in front of you, like you're whacking their hand or you're following up to the opponent's head, something like that, right? Like you're really in it right now. Try moving around a little bit, changing directions. Don't like stand still, just staring in one spot and swinging these sticks like they're, like you're a robot. Be human with it. Be wild. Be an animal. Be a warrior. Be a beast. This is my first flow session that I'm doing on my new deck that I just got done building. So super proud of it. Feels good to be up here swinging some sticks, making this video for you guys on my new deck. All right, do you remember what is next? What drill we got right now is it's the Heaven 6, my friend. Let's put some of that intention. Make sure we're striking faster, put a little more power in there, and again, visualizing those targets, visualizing an opponent. Or in this case, what I'm doing is I'm visualizing multiple opponents, and I'm just taking hands everywhere, man. Just, there's a hand, there goes a hand, there's another hand, two hands. Right, and it's just fun to do that and challenge, can you keep the coordination of the striking pattern while you're constantly moving around and changing directions. It's definitely pretty challenging in the beginning, so it's something to work up to. If you make a mistake, don't worry about it. I make mistakes all the time in my training, especially when I'm isolating these drills like this. Just pick it back up, start all over again in the in the drill, find your way back, and that's just part of the process. So no sweats if you're making mistakes here and there. You can always come back and do this whole video again and see if you can get things more precise and more better the next time around. All right, here we are. We're back into the double weave, and for this round, we're focusing on just picking up the speed a little bit. Again, not really putting any combat intention. The hands are low here. This is not the position we'd be using really to fight with this movement, but we're just working on the coordination and getting the hands to work together. And let's just take round 2 here and try to strike these a little faster. Gotta build that speed up by putting a demand on the body to have to move faster. Now, a lot of times when I'm working on developing more speed, I'll actually go to lighter rattan sticks and strike those, because then you can physically move faster. You got to get the nervous system, you got to get it firing faster. A lot of people think you want to swing heavier sticks, but that's actually not the case. That just adds more resistance to your muscles. You want to strike with lighter sticks. It's like if you want to run faster, run downhill, not uphill. You got to get the muscles and the nervous system firing faster so you can move faster. All right, last one up for round 2. We're back to that double hirada here. Again, just working on speed, smoothness right here. That left hand should be trilling just behind the right hand. And yeah, this one looks way cooler from the side. It looks a little goofy when it's straight on. But this is not how, this is not the position of the hands when we actually fight with the hirada here. The hands are right now actually in a pretty vulnerable position. But this is just, again, we're working on the coordination, getting the hands to work together, and then we can always bring them up into the proper fighting placement. And once again, if you are enjoying these follow-along videos, I've done a couple of them now, and I'm putting them all in a playlist, then smash that thumbs up button. Let me know down in the comments. Maybe share it with somebody that is starting training Kali with you, or someone that you know training Kali. And this is where YouTube, we're going to be parting ways. And round 3 is going to be picking up in my Apex Academy. So if you want to join me for round 3 and more of these follow-along sessions, plus get access to all of my training, all my online training, head over to colliecenter.training and join me inside of my Apex Academy. I got the link down below, and I've got a discount code for you for doing some training with me right now today. Alrighty, so I will hopefully see you there. If not, I'll catch you back here on the YouTube for the next video. Peace.